Welcome to episode number 87 of the BEBC
BS
Podcast on State Championship Saturday.
Wait a minute, did some
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
minors just swear?
Oh!
Over the
Okay,
internet? What the heck? Are y'all 17?
I'm 18.
18?
Oh, okay, we can swear all
You're
right.
18 too?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
the
Oh,
aggregate,
poop.
the
Oh,
aggregate
pooper.
age of this group is going way down.
Yeah. We're working on a succession plan for the BBC. That's what we're doing. Hey, for those of you who don't know, we have guests today. Thank goodness, because otherwise it'd just be this three numbskulls.
Because we got to come up with something to talk about.
Yeah,
And we need fresh blood.
we do, and we got it in Cooper Cole, Jacob Brasher.
Yes, sir.
Yay! For those of you who don't know these gentlemen,
Not worthy.
number 15, number 16,
The YAC Boys.
Who belong?
The YAC
the
Boys.
YAC Boys.
They're the
All
Yak
right.
Club.
All right, I'm going to let y'all explain that to our listeners who probably
picked it
have
up
not
some way,
heard that,
somehow.
because
Yeah.
we didn't hear about it till late in the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really came on about mid-season after it was J-Rob, really.
J-Rob.
All right, stop.
J-Rob is.
J-Rob is
Number 14.
14, 15,
14.
16. There you go.
So
That's
that
Robinson,
that
right?
also added to it. So against, I forget who it was. He caught an over route, and he could have
It
scored.
was against Denton Broswell, I think.
No, this was way
Oh,
earlier.
this
in the season.
earlier? Oh, but
He
he
caught
catches
an over route,
route.
and he could have scored.
Yep.
But he got caught. So Coach Delm, one of the receivers coaches, is like, "Oh, y'all are the YAC Boys now because we get no yards after
Yeah, we
catch."
didn't know you always have to cash.
Because we all remember against Hebron.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And so that also added to it. I mean,
Yeah.
it was just a bunch of stuff.
But for those of you who don't know what Jacob's referencing there, we'll remind you. If you want to go back and look at the Hebron podcast, I think the play's actually in
First
there.
play of the
Or
game.
we can just insert that play right in
Oh,
here.
we
Oh,
can.
yeah.
Insert
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Insert it.
Yeah,
Insert
you know.
here. Yeah, insert.
Because, like, right here's the Hebron folder, and I bet if I look in here, it's going to say
Insert.
Yeah.
I bet it's in there.
First play of the
And if
game.
it's
First
not,
play of
I
the
can pull it up.
game.
pass
on
number
the-
16 to Brasher. It's the first one right there. We'll insert
No,
it.
it was
there.
literally the first play of the game.
Yeah, it was.
I go.
got
I'm like,
it.
and I argued, y'all making fun of me for my yak. I still got this like 50 yards.
It was a 50-yard
catch.
play.
Be real.
Hey.
It was a 60-yard play.
Our expectations for you guys are up here, brother. Not down
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
But yeah, these guys, we told them earlier in the year, they're two of our favorites from this year's team, and we told them when the season's over, because we want to be able to talk about stuff and not get anybody in trouble. Let's y'all
Yeah,
come out and
not-
join us on the
not
podcast.
Change the focus and
Yeah.
distract from the
Right.
focus.
So we
Yeah.
appreciate you two coming out. We've been watching ball since 11. Just watched South Oak
Yep.
Cliff.
South Oak Cliff beat a really interesting, good Liberty Hill.
Yeah, a slot T team, which is.
Old-fashioned football.
Can you imagine
Old-fashioned.
being a receiver in that offense?
I'd hate that.
A whole lot
I'd
of
transfer.
blocks. Basically, what I did
That's
this year.
One
Suckers.
pass.
Being the
Okay.
one receiver at Army.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or Trinity.
Or Trinity.
Yeah, it's brutal. But anyhow, we've been doing that. We had a little lunch, and we just wanted to talk to y'all about the season. You're both seniors. You're fixing to be out of here, and your future plans, and what it's been like. And I haven't asked this question of either one of you. Did you grow up in Allen?
Yeah, I've been here
Yes.
my whole life.
I grew up here.
Both of you did?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
homegrown
that's
talent.
actually good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Homegrown talent.
So everybody doesn't move into Allen their sophomore year.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've
Thanks
been-
for not entering the portal and
Get
staying. you know,
recruited,
that's
I
it.
mean,
Yeah, being
Go to
recruited.
Lovejoy.
So,
losers.
born here,
Oh, I moved here in second grade.
second grade.
Oh, well, that's close enough.
It's close
I lived
enough.
in the same house my whole life.
Dude, seriously.
Nice.
Born and
Wow.
raised Allen.
Way to go, mom and dad.
Yeah.
For real.
Wouldn't
Stability.
change it.
Yeah.
So that's why the Allen Police Department has them on neighborhood blocks. Be careful with cigarettes.
Just gotta watch out. All right, so let's just talk history here. Second grade, grew up here. Did you play ASA football?
Yes, I played for the Warriors.
Warriors.
Warriors, they said football.
All right,
I didn't start playing football until 5th grade, which is actually pretty late.
fifth grade.
Yeah, I played.
But I played for the Wildcats.
As soon as I moved here, I started playing for the Warriors.
I was on a team with Jordan Tyson, Jackson Newville,
Cool.
and the Harvey twins. Blake and
Okay,
Brittany.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
I was
the
fifth
rest
grade.
went, the rest went to Lovejoy.
All right.
Jordan Roberson played the Warriors. Signed Shuva.
Yep.
That's pretty much
Bargains?
it. Oh yeah, Nick Bargains.
Nick was
Don't
awesome.
forget Nick, man.
Nick Bargains.
I gotta tell you
I've been
what.
playing for him forever.
Sidebar here. Nick got an offer.
From every DP in the nation.
Yeah, and I talked to his mom last night at the basketball game. She goes, "Yeah, but they don't have aerospace engineering." I'm like,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
I forgot how
Come on.
smart he is and what
He's,
he
he's
wants to do.
he's in my. We're both in GT English together.
Who's this signed?
Bargains.
Nick Bargains.
Oh, Nick
Bargains.
Bargains.
Yeah, he wants to be an aerospace engineer. And
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, that's cool.
kudos. It
That
is
is very
cool.
cool.
And I was like, oh yeah, I guess he's not going there then. But that's awesome. You know that you guys are, and we haven't even talked about y'all's future plans yet, other than where you're going to school. And you've offended me beyond belief, both of you. But we'll get to
Wow,
that.
Smart and extremely handsome.
I know it.
That's a combo,
It's
yeah.
brutal, ain't it?
I guess, I hear.
Anyhow, so 5th grade. You started 5th grade. You started playing when?
Like second grade.
Second
third
grade.
Around
Always
there.
been a receiver.
Yeah. Well, I played quarterback, but I hated it.
Everybody plays quarterback. I
Actually,
hated it.
I hated it.
Actually,
Wait. All right, I got to go dig here. Why did you hate quarterback?
It's just it's
Especially
football.
at
No one
ASA.
can block.
Yeah.
No one can block.
So he gets trounced.
It's
I
basically
got-
kill
so
the
you
man
don't like
with
to
the
be
ball.
tackled.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
I like to run away. YAC Boys. I mean, we're YAC Boys. So
I like to run away.
we're YAC Boys. So
Okay.
We call
I
them
like
the
catching the
Ye
ball,
Boys,
going.
yards after hike.
So, how long did you play quarterback? Not long.
like I had 2 years.
Yep.
I asked to switch. They switched me to receiver, and that's
You've
what I
been there
really
ever
liked.
since.
Yeah.
History.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, what did you start out at?
I started out playing left tackle,
Left tackle.
and I was not big or anything. It was
It's NATO and reincarnated.
yeah, that's just me. I played left tackle
Seriously?
all through SA.
Were you one of the bigger kids?
No, not at all. I just cut block.
So
I
you're,
was-
you're number 72 for Liberty Hill.
It's all
then.
technique.
And I
All
wore number
technique.
7 too. I was number 7. I played left tackle, and I just cut block every play. It was crazy.
So when did you switch to receiver?
When I went to middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah.
Forward, right?
Yeah,
full
I actually
middle
played
school.
fullback more.
Go Mustangs.
Yes.
Yeah, go
Yes,
Mustangs.
sir.
Because you know how I really played that position all the way up till junior year. When I played sniffer fullback kind of last year. So when I did it 7th grade, it just carried all the way through high school.
Speed.
Interesting.
Yeah, speed.
And that's where I learned to block was by
Yeah.
playing left tackle. So I mean, it all turned out for the better.
Yeah. He's got something to say there. I can see it.
Hey. If you
All
need to
right.
say
So
it, say it.
both of you, when did y'all meet?
Middle school.
Yeah.
Middle
Oh,
school.
actually, we caught my neighbor. So, the guy across the street from me moved in. He used to go to school.
He used to
too,
go to my elementary school.
and they're good friends. So Cooper would come over to my house sometimes with that
Yeah.
neighbor.
That's cool.
But
Story
then
Falcon?
No, Bowling.
Oh, Bowling.
You went to Bowling?
Forgot
Bowling
about
Blazers.
Bowling.
Got some good players coming out of there.
Where'd you go, Chandler?
I went to Chandler.
Chandler. Chandler. Cheetah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
You see me run.
Oh my goodness. What was
He has
it? The
jokes.
Chandler Sloths? What was it?
You've seen me run.
seen
Yeah,
me run.
should we run that play again?
Guys,
Insert it again.
it's 30 seconds on.
Insert it again.
I'm sure we could find another play.
Insert
Yeah.
Plano East last year.
Oh,
Penalty. Oh yeah, down the sideline. Insert it.
Oh yeah, which game was that?
Plano East.
I had to stop for the ball. That's why he caught me.
Well, yeah, we have game film from last year.
Yeah, we do.
Last year.
All right, so y'all met in middle school. Ford. You both played receiver at Ford.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
played outside. I played inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so you played inside. You get to Lowry. Same scenario. Nothing changed.
Yeah, I was playing the same position.
Yeah, I played outside receiver.
Okay.
Throughout it.
All right. And who was your quarterback at?
It was Markel and Tate.
Let's back up a minute. Let's go back to Ford. Who was
Markel.
Markel.
Markel?
Markel and Jalen ran the offense at Ford.
Yeah.
Jalen.
Jenkins.
J-Ray.
Really? He played QB at Ford?
No, he played
No, he
running
played
back.
running back.
Okay, right.
But it was
Markel
him
is
and-
the
Our
young
quarterbacks.
man. It was the DB that got shot at the
Right.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
So good at football.
It was the
yeah.
best football player I've ever seen.
It's a shame.
So you get to Lowry, freshman center,
Yeah, the
Right.
freshman center.
and who's your QB there?
We got Markel and Tate.
Yeah.
And Thomas plays some too, but he's third string.
Landry.
Landry.
Yep.
Tate. Remind me Tate's name.
Tate Hamilton.
Okay.
He quit this year.
Yeah.
He was a JV quarterback sophomore year, though.
Said, I had enough.
Yeah, he had enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wanted to dedicate himself to academics.
Is that what it was?
No.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Something like
He
that.
says
Something like
no
that.
when he says something like
It's
that.
something like that.
He's dedicating something.
Something.
Okay,
I mean, it's minors. We can't talk about motive.
Yeah.
We can't.
Everybody's got to do the right thing for,
Yeah,
for what
right,
they
right,
yeah,
you
it's
bet.
right for them.
So one of the things we wanted to talk to you about, because it was a very, I'm just going to say, tumultuous year.
Wow.
Starting,
Wow.
Good
you,
dictionary.
you,
That's
you,
4 syllables.
dude. I graduated high in my class too. All right.
No, I
Back
said I
down there.
needed one. No,
Oh, you needed one. I thought you were talking about me.
No.
It was magna cum laude.
So how often were you high? ACU.
It was-
Yeah, that didn't happen.
It was the '80s, bro. COVID obviously started last year, and that was going through everything. And then in the spring, Alan goes through a coaching change,
Mm-hmm.
and
Everything changed.
Everything.
it really did. And so for guys that have been entrenched in the program for your whole lives, basically,
Yeah.
what was that like?
So we've been learning the same playbook since we were in 7th grade.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we knew everything from that playbook, top to bottom. And then this new coach comes in, and there's not even position coaches yet. It's just you got Coach Morris, you got Coach Weber, Coach Bryant comes in sometime. I don't even think Coach Branscom's there yet.
No.
And
Coach
our
Branscom was
receivers
not
coach,
there.
all we had was Coach Sauls.
No, Coach
Yeah,
Dozier was still there
Aaron.
when he
Coach
first got
Dozier was
there.
still there, yeah, he
he's-
left.
He was teaching us the beginning of the playbook.
So everything
he
is
left.
just so confusing.
Yeah, it was
because you
so
go from
confusing.
just numbers to now you're having like a 5-word play,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it tells you like each word means something else. Where a certain number, like a two-digit number, will
Like
tell you
83
everything you
was a
need to
play
do.
last year.
Right.
83 was a
83
play,
was just a play.
and now this year that play would be what?
It'd be like spread left. Oh, I'm not gonna say the play.
Spread
actually.
left. Omaha.
don't just
Omaha.
have play,
Omaha. Yeah.
It was like just brought in a college offense basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally his Auburn
It was-
playbook.
sure,
like
yeah,
we get copies of the playbook, and it'd be an Auburn. It had an Auburn logo on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
He didn't mean that.
You can bleep that out.
He,
It has some logo on it.
Auburn
Yeah,
is a
some.
high school in Texas.
Yeah, in
Somewhere in Texas.
Alabama, there's an Auburn high school. But anyhow,
Yeah, the school for the blind.
yeah. So you have a whole new playbook,
Yeah.
and
Completely different.
that is handed to you, and you go, ugh, homework.
You got to memorize the plays,
Yeah,
but then you
memorize
got to
all the
memorize all
plays.
the jargon.
And that's when really like that separated a lot of people is who could learn quicker than
Yeah.
other people.
Sure.
Get your
It's
foot
just,
in the door.
and that's just like a college, you know, when a
Right.
Mhm.
coaching change happens, you've got to go through that because,
Yeah.
and honestly, like y'all said, y'all been running that same playbook
Since 7th grade.
since 7th grade, and that playbook has been in Allen
Since.
for how long?
Yeah. 15.
You know,
Whatever.
When then you got, and you're going to have hand signals
yep.
on the
Right.
sidelines.
Oh yeah. all
And
the
how often
answers.
do those change?
And, and
because
sometimes they're the same as
They're the
last
same
year.
as last year, so we're thinking.
Or there's
Yeah.
a play that's the same
no
word
team
as
would
last year.
ever pick off our offensive plays.
Yeah.
Right.
Except Southlake.
Well, no, Austin Westlake down in Waco.
Yeah.
And-
The whole first half, they knew our plays.
So you can imagine how if we came in with a new playbook,
Yeah.
we had to get like where other teams have been
Running
using
the
the same
playbook.
playbook their whole life and they've added so much plays. We're having to add that many plays in just 1 year.
Right.
So
It's
they
like
so
each-
they give you a small subset of plays to start out with. You
Yeah.
learn
And then
these.
starts
each
with the
week we're
base-
learning more and more plays that
Okay.
we have to
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
Would they build off the other plays,
Yeah.
or was it like having
They'd
learned
build off
something
the other
complete?
plays.
Okay. All right.
Like towards the end of the season, we weren't learning new plays. We were just learning new like ways to run the play in different
Right.
formations. So
Little wrinkles,
Yeah.
small changes. Yeah.
So and that happened the entire year though. So you're really going through a transitional year in the fact that okay, you've got a playbook, but you're still adding to it
Right.
yeah,
in some.
And we're still
Which-
adding plays every
Yeah.
week, you know.
Yeah, and it's got to be tough,
Right.
you know, because the other thing that you're dealing with is a 95% coaching staff change.
Right.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
the people that you've
We had
known.
what, 2 coaches, 3 coaches?
yeah,
Yeah.
Daniels.
Daniels,
Sauls.
Coach Kelly, and
Sauls.
Sauls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love Coach Sauls.
And
Yeah,
then
that's-
and then beyond that, the issue you get into is there's philosophical change in the coaching staff.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I mean, it goes from completely dominating
Right.
Yeah.
Yelling.
and
to,
disciplinarian
Yeah.
to I don't know. You guys did
What
describe
the-
that feeling.
Yeah, it was a player. It was player led
seniors
team.
had to step up.
That's what they
lead.
emphasized all year. Was
Yeah,
But they told you.
yeah,
They set the
told us this has to be a
expectation.
players led team, and then when it wasn't being a player led team, they called us out on it for sure.
Okay.
which. So how did you feel about that?
I mean, there's a lot of pressure a lot of times, and like sometimes I'd be like, well, this is very difficult.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know that are watching this, Jake was one of the team captains, so
Right.
that added a little more to you.
Right. So like I felt when things weren't going well, it was my fault, and I took that personally a lot of times. So
Sure.
a lot of times I'd go home like very upset after practice, like trying to figure out what happened, what I could do better, because like I feel like a lot of people just talk to talk, and I don't feel like that's I like to make sure what I say means something. So I don't want to be in the middle of practice just talking, just saying random stuff. I try to mean something when I say it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a little big thing I had to learn how to do, is know what I was going to say, when to say it at the right time, and that from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, I learned a lot about that.
Okay. So let's go back to, and again, we're going to be all over the place with questions here, so
Yeah.
y'all just bear with us because we didn't do a script or anything. We're just like, let's just talk, you know. So when it comes time to choose captains, did that happen in the spring or did that happen fall ball?
I think
It happened. Well, so we chose captains at the end of fall camp.
Okay.
So what happened was we went through summer workouts, PC, all that,
yeah.
and that's really where the meat of what you're figuring out who the captains are, who the leaders are, is happening is during that PC time. You're having
Sure.
team practice, like not practices, but you're having summer workouts with the team.
Right.
And then so we get to fall camp. We're about to start fall camp. Coach Morris says, "All right, we're going to vote on a leadership council right now. That's going to be 10 guys,
It's about
6 seniors,
6 seniors, 4 juniors, and they added 2 sophomores in the middle of the season.
Okay.
But they vote on everyone votes to the leadership council. So those leadership council guys are announced.
The team votes.
The
Yeah,
team
the team
votes.
votes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
The
the
team
team
votes.
votes.
These are your 10 guys. And then Coach Morris says, all right, these are your 10 guys. We're going to go through fall camp. At the end of fall camp, you're going to vote on which 4 of these 10 guys you want to be your team captains.
Okay.
So we go through fall camp. At the end of fall camp, it's a vote. It's the same thing. Same vote, same way we did it. It was on a little Google form. You click your 4 guys and those are your captains for the year.
Got it.
It was completely voted on by the team.
Answer the question.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you, NATO, Jackson,
Junior.
Sign sheet.
sign shoe. Yeah.
So,
People, you got to say when people you say
Sign shoe,
junior,
right?
everybody's
Sign
like,
shoe,
you got to remember you're talking to
Sign.
people here.
Yeah.
Sign
Not
shoe.
just us.
Sorry.
Yeah. We got you, but everybody else may not get you. There's a sign. So you've got
Yeah.
those 4. So what is just out of curiosity, what does the coaching staff say to the 4 of you as far as
what kind of support do they give you? All that stuff.
what's your responsibilities and how can we help you? What do they tell you?
So we would get consulted on a lot of stuff. Like if there was an issue within the team, we get pulled into Coach Morris' office,
Got to go to the principal's
I
office.
like it.
and like we talk about what's the solution to this problem. How should we like someone got in trouble and be like, all right, what are we gonna do? And he wanted to know what we wanted to say, and also it was a lot about we'd figure out uniforms too. That was another big thing.
Well, the uniforms are.
We really didn't get to choose that. Actually. Sometimes we did. A couple weeks we did. And it'd be more like, I want to do this. Say yes.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, that's cool. Because, I mean, we're going to wear the blue uniforms a lot. I think that's...
Navy or Royal?
Navy.
Yeah, the Navy.
Which
one.
ones do y'all like better?
The
Navy.
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 You like the Navy?
Darker.
Darker.
I like the Royal.
Royal were interesting, but I
Yeah.
think I also like the Navy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so... And then also, the biggest part of the coaches being the captain is we're the ones who get in trouble when the team does bad.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's expected. We accepted that responsibility when we became team captain.
Sure.
The big thing they said is, like, we can't just be the people who walk out for the coin toss. And, like, that's so true.
There's got to be more to it. No, that
It's
makes
not
a lot
not
of
just
sense.
walking. Yeah, you can't be a breakout guy. You
Yeah.
gotta be actual leader. And it's crossing the threshold of, like, do you want to be this guy's friend or do you want to do it for the better of the team?
Yep. Which is hard.
It's very hard.
It is hard, and especially as a teenager, to be dealing with your peers.
Right, these are guys I've been friends with my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I gotta.
And all of a sudden you're.
And everybody wants to have fun out there, and you don't want to be the wet blanket.
Right, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not doing it to, like, be like, I'm in charge of you. I'm doing it like, hey, man, like, come on.
This is a team, and
Right.
this
Right.
is this is.
We
how
got
it's
we
gotta
got a
be.
goal we got to get
Do we
to.
want to win
Yep.
or not?
Yep.
Yeah.
And we became, like, I feel like as the beginning of the year that wasn't very understood, but as we went on, like, they started understanding, like, all right, there's a reason we have an expectation that's so high. And
Sure.
we started doing a better job of holding our team to that expectation.
Okay. So the season opens Plano East, and you win the game,
Right.
and there's good and bad in that game if you go back and look at the film. And so, you said something a minute ago about expectations. And everybody knows if you grow up in Allen, like y'all did,
Yeah.
what the expectations are.
Right.
You know,
When
the
they
expectations are we're not doing this podcast right now. We're at AT&T.
Yeah, well,
That's the
warming up for the
expectation.
game.
Right or wrong, that's the expectation that this
That's what
community
we
has.
that's what we expected.
Sure.
That's what we expected.
We break out on state champs,
Yeah,
not by district or area.
yeah.
You know?
Area
You got a lot of
champs.
trophies, but meh,
Right.
you know.
Not
Area
Area
champs on 3.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was funny. I remember we talked about doing this podcast. I don't know what 4 or 5 weeks ago. You're like, I said, yeah, let's do the podcast after the season's over. You go, yeah, after the state championship game. You said that. I mean, I remember.
this
Yeah.
And I was like,
saying.
oh, yeah, okay, that's great. I said, that'll be fine. You start the year with a win, and then week 2 rolls around, and Atascocita rolls in here.
Yeah.
And
They had just enough talent at every position. They played almost a flawless game
Yep.
for themselves.
And we played about as bad as game as we could have played.
Except for
I was going to say,
Well,
yes.
you know.
Yes.
You know what I mean.
It was.
Yeah.
And it was.
We beat ourselves.
It was a lot of things. Well, yeah, there were some issues that in that game, and you can go back and watch our podcast on it. We discussed the things that went wrong. You know, people running and the ball just falling out of their hands. You know, when you're
Yeah.
just trying to switch, and just, you know, right before halftime when you're about to go down and maybe take an additional lead, you're already leading at that point. But
QB
then
scrambling and
and then you give up a touchdown in the last
Right.
Yeah.
minute of the first half.
I mean, it was a loss. Like it was, we never want to lose that stand. Like that was terrible. That was I was so fearful that was the worst thing that I could ever thought happened on the season, but it happened.
Yep.
and then it's over.
we had
All
to
right,
learn from
so
it.
Flush it.
Yeah, nothing we can do about
How
it
did
now.
you feel after that game?
How did I feel?
Yeah.
Terrible. I didn't really play much that game. In the first 2 games, I didn't really play much, but still, like, I was on special teams,
Right.
and it just felt like we all could have done more. I could have done more, but at the end of the game, it was like, okay, let's focus on the next week.
Yeah.
We had Cedar Hill next week, another good team.
Yep.
So we just focus on
Had
them.
to beat them.
We had to beat them.
Had to beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we had like the best week of practice that week. Everyone was locked in
Yeah.
for the Cedar Hill week, and we came out there and beat Cedar Hill pretty good.
And it's
As,
one of those. Go ahead.
as leadership, does that make your job a little easier when you're coming off a loss and everybody does seem to be locked in, or
It feels like the loss is on us. So like,
sure you feel responsible?
no, it definitely
Yeah.
feel responsible. Like, what else could I have done that was better than what
Right.
happened to make sure that this doesn't happen again? So you know, we come in on Monday, or I guess that'd be Saturday.
The next
Yeah.
day.
And, like we're finger on the trigger for like anything bad
Mhm.
happens. Like we're calling them out. Something's got to get fixed. But it seemed like everyone was already locked in.
Yeah.
So that did make it easier, but also the pressure was still high
Sure.
because you never want to be a captain of a team that loses the streak in the stadium.
Yeah.
But
Well, so the process is different after a loss.
right,
You come in Saturday, maybe some people had some penalties or whatever they got to do, up, down, stadium, stands, whatever.
Yeah.
You watch film Saturdays, or
Mhm.
yeah,
so lift,
Lift. A lift, run, then we go up and watch film.
okay.
And what did you learn when you watched that film?
that we could have done better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but you do it-
Coach Moore said 1,000 times, the only
Yeah.
team that can beat the Allen Eagles is the Allen Eagles.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's he loves saying that, and I mean, look at the film for that game, and it's true.
Unforced errors.
But
on
you
our
watch
part.
film as a whole group or positions?
Positions.
So we get
Okay.
we get a little offensive meeting.
Yeah.
Or first we have a little meeting with the team, talking
Yeah.
about what happened, the problems. We have our team goals on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get those goals or not? And then we break up into position group and we watch the film.
No, he's fine. The so the next week then is Cedar Hill. You come back with a win over them, and then you take a trip to Tyler.
Oh yeah.
And I think, and we'll say this
It
because
was a fun trip for us.
Yeah,
Love that
Beautiful stadium.
Beautiful city.
that was a cool stadium. Now
Yeah,
that was a
you
good
missed that game. That's when you decided you want to get COVID.
I'm sitting there in the ICU.
Actually, you
listening
missed the
to-
Cedar Hill game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I did too because we
Listening-
both had COVID that week.
listening to
my
the old
first fight of the
coach.
season.
Yeah.
I thought I had died and gone to hell.
Oh,
Listening to what was going on in Tyler.
oh yeah.
Dude,
Five
you were not kidding.
almost.
Who can turn over the ball 5 times and still
still-
like blow them out?
You know,
We could have
Yeah.
scored 80 points again.
You should
80
have. And you
points.
should have had about 70 in the first half.
that-
and it
yeah.
was just like, guys, what are y'all doing?
I still remember that throw to Jordan, where Jordan gets the toe tap in the end
Oh, the
zone.
toe
It was
tap in the end zone.
incredible.
Yeah, that was amazing.
incredible.
Oh, on
Yes.
the far sideline?
Yeah, that was.
That was a very good
He's
catch.
just leaned over.
Yeah.
But it just goes to, and we're sitting up there going, turnover, score, turn. I'm like, guys.
And I also had that little 2-point play.
Oh yeah,
Like,
we threw
snap
it over
that
his
just-
head.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I was like,
don't
no
know
way
what-
that just happened.
Yeah,
I look
I don't know
over
what
at
to
Coach
do.
Morris. Coach Morris, are you kidding me? That's all he's saying, and that's the
Sounded
thing.
just
Like
like
that's
him.
the
Just.
Yeah.
those are the words. When you hear that, you know you messed up with Coach Morris. Are you
Yeah,
kidding
are
me?
you kidding me?
Like, Coach, I'm sorry, man. It stuck to my hand, ball flew out, and ever since that happened, the rest of the season, I was just so, like it was so nerve wracking when we lined up for that play.
You wait for it to happen
I
again.
was just praying that we get a.
Did we do
PAT
that play
call.
again? We did
Yeah, we
pick.
called it one other time. And
Oh, we did.
I got it out there.
Okay. Because I remember we called pick and Jordan Roberson caught it for a 2-point.
But those first 4 weeks of the season, there was so much when we look at it, and again, we're a bazillion miles away, and
But we've got perspective. We know
we did.
new
We've
coaching staff,
been around
new
here a long
plays,
time. We
everything.
know football, despite what some coaches' wives think. And yeah,
Hey,
well, love you a long time.
hey, hey, it's all good.
It's the turnover bug
Yeah.
is crazy, and a lot of it is like if you watch the the game yesterday, the high school game, and I'm just totally drawing a blank. Austin LBJ, the number one team in the
I
state.
saw a little bit of that.
Their first 4 series, they fumbled the first 4 times. Non-contact. It was either a muffed handoff or the guy's running and just drops it 4 straight, and they're in a hole immediately. And you're like, guys, you've been doing this all year long,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you can't
What happened?
do a handoff without fumbling.
Yeah.
And it's just and all these turnovers, people, and it was just like if they could ever clean it up,
It'd
just
be a juggernaut. Yeah,
it'd be
unstoppable.
they'd realize themselves how one, how good they can be, 2, how much easier their job would be.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the play where the guy catches a pick and the Stephenville player comes up,
Yeah, and
knocks out
hits
his
it behind
hand?
him.
Exactly.
Right on the receiver?
And they
Did you-
scored.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
There was a play yesterday in the Stephenville. God, who did they play? Now,
LBJ, yeah, Stephenville.
yeah,
LBJ.
Austin LBJ, where the Stephenville quarterback threw it toward the end zone. It got picked, and the receiver ran through the end zone, came around because they had the defender turned around and started running away.
Comes up behind
He
him.
comes up behind him, and you can see his eyes the whole time. The ball's right
Punches the
here,
ball.
and he
Yeah,
just punches
punches
it. He
out.
punches it. A receiver from Stephenville's coming the other way, catches it, and walks into the end zone.
Nice.
And it's just plays like that. You go,
It's never. It's never.
Can't let
over.
that happen in the state championship game.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Are
Are
you-
you kidding me?
what did
Are
I
you
just say?
We got to get a recorded button. We got to get Coach Morris to do some recordings for us.
We can do that.
That'd be awesome.
But it's the things that we would see were like they're just little things.
Right.
Yeah.
Hold on to the ball.
Yeah.
And penalties, false starts, or a hold here or there, and you're just like, guys, just little things like that make such a
lock
big
in.
difference in the game.
Yeah.
It would really be nice if we could have one game.
We have
Even
one
the
game,
Plano
too.
East game, first game of the year was sloppy.
Right.
Cedar Hill wasn't perfect. Legacy was atrocious, and you still won by 21 points.
Yeah.
Is that when then we had the bye week right after that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And
have
we
a bye
played-
week.
You
Well,
had
and we noticed it. How about you guys? So Michael Hawkins, sophomore, so much potential. We've
Yeah.
seen some amazing things out of him.
Right.
He was having trouble at the first of the season with kind of unforced errors.
And that's
then all of a sudden,
That,
it-
that was just
you're not surprised by it, right? But all of a sudden, it seems like it got cleaned up.
Yeah, because we knew we were gonna have to stick with Mike. Like,
Yeah.
he's our guy. Like,
But it's all of a sudden, it's like he got some kind of extra confidence from somewhere, and
a
just-
big step was that
McKinney Boyd game. Yeah.
the next game up. Yeah.
We
so
played.
yeah.
Lathan came in.
Lathan
Yep.
came in. And I was like, all right, Mike. I'm like, Mike, I'm still with you, bro. I got you.
Yeah,
Like, we're
Mike,
good.
Mike got
Mike
benched.
handled it.
Yeah,
Mike
I'm like,
handled it
do not
amazing,
worry.
though.
We're gonna get this fixed. And like something clicked.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike handled it amazing though. Like didn't get down on himself.
Yeah,
Stay
and I
up.
think
that's awesome.
part of that
Yeah.
too
I'm glad
is
to hear that, yeah.
his family, his dad, who we know very well. He spent some time with us.
Mhm.
An ex NFL player.
Yeah.
Knows how to handle situations like that.
Right.
He's seen it all, and I'm sure he counseled his son very well on that.
Yeah.
And it was. You could see, Boyd was not an easy game for you guys.
No, there was a lot of other stuff going on. I don't know if y'all
Yeah,
heard.
we need to hear about that.
No, we didn't hear.
No,
we
you
never.
tell.
They were coming at us on social media.
Oh, Boyd
No.
was.
Oh, yeah, they were.
So there was like
Bunch of posers.
yeah, there was
Yeah,
a
they were.
big. They're talking like they're gonna beat us.
Because they were undefeated coming into that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
they were.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were undefeated for the first time in however
They were
long.
5-0, whatever.
And they were talking
Yeah, they were
on
talking a lot on social
Instagram,
media.
saying some crazy stuff, and we're like, all right. I was telling the team like, they're not gonna say this stuff to us and get away with it.
Yeah.
So we go out there and we fumbled the ball a couple times, but in the end we do what we came there to do.
Yep.
What was the score of that game?
37-24.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking.
But it wasn't that close.
No,
No, it was
I
didn't feel that
never
close.
felt that game was.
Yeah,
in
it didn't feel
Yeah.
that close.
So
and they're not a bad team. I mean, Joe McBride has made that team better.
no,
Yeah,
I had a blast.
They
that
beat
game.
Prosper.
So I don't remember. That might have been the game like they were trying to fight me on the field. There were a couple.
They were, because I
It was
remember.
getting
You
chippy.
just,
I remember.
you're Mr. Antagonist.
No, I
here.
ran around. I turn around and he gets his helmet ripped off. And Jacob's just sitting there talking, yelling in his face still.
I'm yelling at the guy. Like he ripped off my helmet because I drove him back 10 yards, and
Oops.
I forget what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I probably wouldn't be able to repeat it if I
Yeah.
did remember.
I'm telling you, Jacob Brasher
You know.
gets the Cole Carter
They're
Bad
Cole
dog-
Carter's
bad
the
dog
spirit
award.
They're
award.
Cole
There you go.
Carter
So
bad dog.
after
award.
Cole
a
Carter's
couple,
a bad
so
dog, man.
we're driving down the field. I'm getting some good blocks. I don't think I caught a pass, but that was like the top 3 best game of my life because I won Player of the Week for blocking
Awesome.
as good as I did that week. Me and Jordan won Co-Player of the Week.
Yeah.
We're lined up. Cooper's on my side of the field. I turn around, look at him, I say,
We're just
Coop?
We're just playing football.
"We're just playing football, baby."
That's a
And
every
then we turn
time
around,
late in
run
the
the play.
game. It's just we're just playing football.
And ever since then, like we're up big, and I'm just having fun. Telling, look at Coop, hey man, we're just playing football. That's
It's
it.
got to be a blast.
Oh,
yeah, it was
'cause
so
That's
fun.
where it becomes really fun.
That's when it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, this is what we do.
Yeah, that's
Coop,
what we.
we're just playing football.
We're just guys
we're
playing
just
football,
classic.
and that was awesome.
Yeah.
So
I'm just checking to see if you caught a pass in that game.
I didn't. I can tell you I didn't. I didn't
Coop caught one.
Yeah, I had one.
One
Yeah.
for 11.
One. Yeah, on third down. Remember that one?
I don't think I caught a game like for 3 or 4 weeks though. There's a streak.
That's like Riggins and what's his name out there, Texas forever, man.
Dude, don't get me started on that. We
What
can
was the
talk for
quarterback's
hours
name?
on that.
What's the quarterback's name?
Saracen. Matt Saracen.
No. Riggins and
Trivia.
Oh, you're talking about the quarterback that got hurt?
yeah.
That's his high score. Nah.
Oh,
Sorry, this has nothing to do with you guys.
yeah,
This
they
is what
see
old
Friday
people
night.
do.
He got in the way back
Friday
machine.
Night Lights.
Trying to
That's the
keep our-
trouble. You get so many years of memories.
The wheelchair guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name. Jason Street.
Street.
Yeah, who was going to go
Texas
to Notre
Forever
Dame.
Street.
Yeah. Oh, at the very end.
Paralyzed.
Yeah. So that's your first. All right, they're undefeated. You beat them. Kind of put them back in their place, and so you're right. Okay, we righted the ship a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, there were still some turnovers, but you
Right.
beat an undefeated team, and Little Elm comes in town.
Oh yeah.
Man.
That was
Scrappy.
like-
That is one of the most physical games of.
That was one of the most fun games
Like,
I've
I
ever
played
played.
very
Yeah?
physical.
That was
game.
so fun.
They
They had 2. What is it? A 4-star and a 5-star.
So we knew Terrence Brooks.
Oh.
We've
yeah.
been going. I've been running one-on-ones against Terrence Brooks all summer previously
Yeah.
because that was up where we would catch passes. So
Mhm.
we knew him, and when we got on that field, we acted like we didn't know each other. Like me, Coop, and him didn't know each other.
Yeah.
There was a lot of talking going
There was a
on.
lot of talking
so
both
let me,
ways or one way?
both ways.
Both ways.
Let,
Okay.
let me ask
For
you this
sure.
too, because again, we sit front row upper level, so we don't hear everything going on.
Well,
Yeah.
we're going to change that next season, Mark.
Oh, we are.
We're getting a parable.
Oh, we're gonna get a parabolic.
Parabola microphone.
How much? And again, I know, and we know this, lived in Allen as long as we have, that everybody wants to beat Allen.
Right.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
everyone
It
does.
doesn't matter who it is.
That's their state
And
championship
so,
for them.
how much talking goes on? I mean, is it constant?
It depends on who you're playing.
Yeah, it depends really on who you're playing.
But
Like
for some
depends
team,
on
like
who-
Trinity, is going to talk constant.
Yeah,
That's
Trinity
who they are. It
talks
depends on. It's really the
constantly.
identity
number
of the
4
team.
on Trinity. Just talking
We'll
constantly.
we'll get to that.
Did you say
game.
number 4?
Number
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, we heard
constant talk.
But-
we heard from some other.
Anyway, on
Kids.
Little Elm,
Yeah.
Yep.
we have Colorado commit left side, cornerback.
Yep.
Terrence Brooks, Ohio State. He went to Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he did.
but he was at
He
Ohio
flipped.
State. He was
Hook 'em.
Flipped.
He was at
So
Ohio State before when we played him.
we have run play. So we just have a little backside screen sometimes
Yeah.
when we run a pass.
Yeah.
And it's like just a little screen pass. Like, it's not like we're giving anything away because everyone sees it and run it every
Sure.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
I just use that as a free shot at the corner every play.
Yeah.
Because I came to that game just ready to hit somebody. So Terrence or his name's Terrence is the Texas commit or
Yeah,
signee,
he's
and
number
then there's the
8.
Colorado one. I would just like give them everything I had when I
Yeah.
got out of the corner. By the end of the game, or by halftime, not even in the game, they would see me coming. They'd hide behind the receiver.
Yeah.
They'd
They'd hide behind the receiver. They'd be looking inside to see if I was coming. I just love that.
They don't
I
want no
love seeing
smoke.
them try to hide.
Yeah, they don't want the smoke.
Yeah, and it's a game that you rushed for almost 500 yards.
Yeah,
So
we
they
passed-
knew
I'm pretty
everybody
sure-
get blocked.
No,
We
we were
only
being
passed 11
we were
times.
so
Yeah.
physical. That
Yeah.
game.
11 for 11,
Yeah,
too.
11 for 11.
Yep.
And I think
And Allen's
Steven
a running team.
Steven was putting people on their
Yeah,
back all
Steven's
game.
running
Oh my God, yeah.
I think the most.
You know, I didn't realize until a couple of weeks ago when I pointed out to these two guys the little flare pass that when Jordan comes across the
Oh,
backfield,
Penn. Yeah.
that
Like-
Gorski's responsible for picking that guy off or
Yeah.
whoever that is.
Supposed to be
Oh, in
picking
the Little
that
Home
up.
game, he killed somebody.
He comes because
It was the Colorado commit.
if the
Yeah.
defender's coming with Jordan across there, whoever's playing
No,
that
but-
position
Yeah.
takes
The most
him.
inside, yeah.
Dude, I saw Gorski.
Yeah, killed.
Somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a-
That's why he's always
I think
wide
the
open.
most energetic moment of that game is when just like a
Oh my
fake
God.
snap, try to get him off sides. They jump, throw it up to me. I dive, catch it. I thought I scored, but and then everyone before
Well,
I
at least you're pulling a Gorski thinking you
Yeah.
scored.
yeah no,
I
but
can reach it
At
from
the
the 5.
5-yard line.
before I even get up, Jacob and Steven are already in his ear, hearing it. And I don't think he talked for the rest of the game.
No, he was quiet. After
He was
that.
really quiet after that. I don't remember him talking to me after the game.
And so that one's a blowout.
Yeah, we
You
killed
know,
him.
you're up 43-13 at halftime,
Yeah.
which, and we're up at there going, where's
Wow.
this been?
Yeah.
You know, because it was, you know, no turnovers.
Yeah.
I think the first game all year, I
Yeah, there was
believe.
no turnovers. Yeah.
And you're like, okay, see what happens. And I'm just didn't see 6 penalties, but you know, 65 yards, not too bad.
That's not terrible.
But you're like, finally, these guys seem to have an idea of what you're doing,
I don't think we,
which is great because up next week
Was
Oh,
Geyer?
you got Geyer.
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't think
That
we
was
punted
fun.
at all against Little Rock.
We didn't. No, we punted. I think we scored every drive except one before halftime. I'm pretty sure.
I think you're correct on that. Yeah.
And that was after a Geyer beats
Did we have a punter this year?
Tascasita team.
I don't think we had a punt this year.
Oh, okay, I didn't think so.
Right.
Yeah, that beat us.
So
Oh yeah.
So a lot of build up coming into the Geyer game.
Huge
yeah.
build up.
Huge.
they were projected to win the district.
Oh yeah.
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 And they were,
And-
they were
and maybe
same,
even
same
make
thing
it
last
to
year
the state
too, right?
championship.
Or was that Prosper projected to win?
No, I think it was
No,
Dunk Geyer
we were
last year,
picked
too.
second last year, and we were picked second again this year.
Yeah.
And we came in the
There's
game.
no respect.
And that is,
I know.
and I'm going to say this, and y'all don't take it the wrong way. The guys that say that, they're very good at what their prognostications. I mean, because Geyer's in the state championship game right now.
Oh yeah.
And we all knew they were going to go D2, and it wouldn't be the same, but they're a good team. There's no doubt. Rodney Webb is a really good coach. You know, that team always seems to have a bunch of talent. And I'll be honest with you, when you go back and look at you guys' first 5 or 6 games, you're like,
Well,
which
Allen
Which
showed
Allen
up.
which Allen is
Yeah.
showing that we
Yeah.
said that more than how many times this year
Oh.
we've said that, and you're
Yeah.
wondering, okay,
Every time.
big
Yeah.
game, an away game, which Allen team is going to show up?
And I forget what practice was like that week. I don't know if it was. It might have been a good. I think it might have been one of our really good weeks of practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
But when
it
we
was.
came in that game, we were locked in and ready. And like, there was a lot going on for Denton Geyer. I don't know if you heard about it.
Yep, we
so
did.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we were ready to use that. Like, not use it, but we were ready for them to not come in.
Not come in ready to.
So
mentally
we were,
prepared.
As
we were going to
sharp
jump
or
on them
prepared,
early.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're going to jump on them early.
What was that first play of the game, Jalen?
Jalen went, yeah.
Yeah, I
I
remember.
don't
And I was
remember
like, that was probably the most fired up I've ever been in a football game.
really?
That's awesome.
I came running out that field yelling. I was so excited.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It
You
was
know,
a very fun game.
Well, it's fun for us too. We enjoy that. So
Yep.
thank you.
yeah, Jalen goes 75 yards on the first play, and you're like, because and y'all have listened to our podcast enough, but our whole philosophy is, whoever you're playing, make them chase you.
Yeah, that's
You
when we get
know?
the ball.
if you get the ball, score. If you're on defense, don't let them score. Get ahead, and then they have to play. And at some point during that, especially if you make them, if you're playing very well, they're going to have to change up what they think they can do, and get them out of their comfort zone. And then it becomes a lot easier, because then they're doing things that they're not accustomed to doing, trying to catch. And so that touchdown run just set the tone for the rest of the game, and they did. They had to chase you the rest of the game.
That's what I heard, like, an interview with our coach. Like, they said, like, they're trying to get it down, but, like, there's a field goal we scored, like that 50-yard field goal, 45-yard field goal. He said, like, that we couldn't get it down to – we were down by 10. We tried to get it down by 3 or down by 7 or whatever, and they just couldn't get it in.
And couldn't get it. And the other thing he said was because the defensive scheme in that game.
Oh yeah, we blitzed.
Yeah,
they were not a high pressure
Their quarterback was under pressure every play.
It was.
Harvey.
And I don't care who
Harvey
you
had a
are.
great game.
You could ask Kyler this too. Every quarterback can be really good, but if you get pressure on any quarterback, his job automatically becomes a lot harder.
Yeah.
Automatically.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
that
some
game,
can stand it and some can't.
yeah. You win at 38-31. The defense, caused a lot of problems for those guys.
Yeah, because that quarterback was comfortable. I remember early in the game.
Yep.
He was.
That Obara 19 was wide open
Yeah,
for that
19.
post. He just sails it out the back of the end zone.
He's throwing it in the ground.
That had me holding my breath sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they weren't ready for what y'all had to offer.
They weren't.
And so I'm just going to ask this. After the game, in the locker room, what's it like?
Oh yeah. It was,
So
Coach
How's the bus
Bryant-
ride home on that one?
Well, we
Off
get
the hook.
music going,
Yeah.
and then coach was like, "No, we're not playing this because it was a little too explicit." So Coach Dell
gets
of
on the-
all people gets on the aux, and Coach
Oh
Dell
my
is from
God.
San Antonio.
Oh, is he doing like?
I love
Country?
Coach Dell. No, he doesn't. Or he has country, but everyone wants rap music. Like all the players want rap
Okay.
music. He plays some of the. Like we don't even know. I don't even know what it was. Right?
Yeah, it's like
It's just it was something random.
kind
And
of-
I love Coach
is-
Dell
Is
to
it
death.
rap or?
I don't know
It was like a
what it
beat.
was.
It was just like a
there was a
beat.
beat
It's got a
behind
beat.
it though.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just
And
a
like
beat.
that's really all it took though. So
Yeah.
we were like everyone was like what? But then after a second we get going, and the next thing I know I'll turn around and Coach Bryant's body surfing
Yeah,
in the middle of the
body
locker room.
I saw a picture of that.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, everyone's just going crazy. Feet are getting stepped on.
Yeah,
I got
some
a
people
couple
have cleats
elbows
off,
to the
some
head.
people- And then feet stepped on by some cleats.
And then
It was so fun,
you know
though.
Jordy's booyah tradition, right? So with Gamble, if we got Saturday off, he'd tell Jordy to say booyah,
Everyone freaks out.
and everyone
yeah.
would go crazy. So lately, this year, no Gamble, Jordy would just say booyah randomly.
No.
When we have Saturday off. So
Say it random.
So Coach Morris says like, "Oh, we have tomorrow off." Like, Coach, let Jordy say booyah real quick. So Jordy gets in the
It's
middle.
quiet.
Everyone's like, "Oh,"
Oh.
and Jordy goes, "Booyah!" And everyone goes crazy. It was a cool moment.
So the new coaches are learning traditions too.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Some things you don't change. That's cool.
Well, the interesting thing, I was just looking through the the play-by-play on this game, and pretty much every series was a score
Yeah. No, we
yeah.
capitalized
on either side.
Yeah.
and impressive.
It had to
In a
be.
game like that, you have to score every time
You
you
have
get
to
the ball.
play. You have to
Yeah.
play your best. No,
So,
we won that game. All right. We just beat the number 3 team in state.
Yep.
That's what they're ranked. We can beat anybody. That was my mentality. That was the team's mentality from there on. Like we're feeling good about ourselves.
Yep. And so then you travel up to the crown jewel of Texas high school football, McKinney.
Yeah,
That's what they call their stadium.
they came here actually for this one.
Oh, that
McKinney
was-
High, yeah. McKinney High.
Oh,
came
that's
here.
right. They did. My bad.
September 22nd, October 22nd.
And you don't have Jalen for this one.
Yeah.
Um,
We did not have Jalen for this one.
No.
Yeah.
Turner takes over.
Had a very good first half.
Only goes for 211 yards.
That's it.
Yeah.
Slacker.
But that's good though because again, it's a team.
Only 211.
Yeah, only 211.
It's a team that absolutely drilled Sherman.
Yeah.
52 to
52
nothing.
to 0.
and we watched him, and
And it's a big rivalry game.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Like we know these guys.
Because
We know the coaches very well.
Yeah.
We know,
Yeah. And we've got some former Allen guys coaching over there.
And we have some former Allen players over there too.
Yes, we
Or
do.
We have
Yeah.
Allen
Mayo
transfers.
Mealutu.
We love Mayo.
What do y'all call him these days?
Mayo,
Mayo.
Yomi, whatever.
Yeah.
Mayo Mealutu's up there, yeah.
Depends on, but also like we
on
have
the
some
field.
transfers
Yeah, transfers.
Yeah.
that went there, like a couple of young guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
One who I heard might be coming back.
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll talk.
We'll see next
I
year.
used,
That's
I used to
next
play.
year.
I used to play football for Allen. I don't know anymore though.
Yeah, I'm not in it with Allen.
Aaron, he's
anymore.
already checked out. Are you
I'm
graduating
just
early,
kidding.
by the way?
No,
Are you?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
not that smart.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't look at me as a freshman and say, "Yeah, this guy's playing."
This
D1
guy's going
football.
D1. Get his credits out the way early.
So you win that with 35-14, and now you're just, all right, we're on cruise control, guys. Let's just,
Get better.
Get
Learn
better.
learn the plays.
Yeah.
And then
Bam.
I'm going to revert back to something. Y'all may not remember this because it's before, and I don't know how much attention you paid to the basketball team 2017. The Allen basketball state championship, yeah. And they were fall ball. They rolled through everything. They come back from Christmas break, and their first game is against McKinney, up at McKinney. And McKinney was a lousy team at that point. Now they're great.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
really good
I mean,
now.
they're
But
good.
they
They're
were
really
lousy. And they walked up in there, and it's like they
Stunk it up.
sleepwalked the whole
Yeah.
thing. And they got blown out. I don't know if they got blown out, but they lost.
They got beat.
And we were like, what just happened? And we had the coaches here after the state championship game, did a podcast with them. And I called out Coach McCullough. I said, all right, what was that? And so you get over to Prosper. And I had flashbacks to this basketball thing when y'all went to Prosper.
So, I know personally, I felt like we couldn't lose, and I know the team felt that way too.
Oh, yeah, for
and
sure.
Prosper was just the team to sneak up on us.
It was their senior night, so
They
was
just
their senior
did
night.
just
Like,
the right.
It wasn't the
things.
coaches told us. Like it's their senior night. They're gonna do whatever they can to win.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's just a team thing. Like we're gonna win this game, and I mean it's not like how many turnovers did we have? Did we turn the ball over a lot?
2.
All right, so we did have two
Two.
turnovers, but it's
Yeah,
not
we had
like
One fumble,
pick.
one interception.
we should have played a lot better. But Prosper played their best game to beat us.
Oh yeah, they
Mhm.
played.
They played
Yeah, because this is a team that got shut out by South Lake.
right,
Played Guyer not even close.
and they were getting better as
They
the-
lost to Boyd.
They lost to McKinney Boy last game.
But as the
Yeah.
season got on, they got better and better.
They
That's
did.
what Coach Morris told. He said they're playing as like one of the top teams in the district right now.
Yep.
When they did just the right things, because Allen's defense always leaves open those short passes to the flat, to the middle,
Yeah, they lost to
exploit the
Dan
zone.
Geyer. The
Yeah.
same round we lost to Dan Geyer. I mean, the same round we lost.
Yeah, the middle of the
Touch.
field. We've talked about.
Yeah, I
off
was
the
talking about
record.
the middle
The
field
middle
was
of the field was
wide
open all night long there, and they
Yeah.
exploited it.
And then
I
their
mean-
defense kind of exploited some of our little
I mean,
weaknesses.
we struggled getting the running game going.
Yeah.
And it was similar to what South happened on South Lake. I saw a lot.
Well, and you look at this ugly number right here: 10 penalties for 85.
That was all- yeah,
10
it
penalties.
didn't
Especially on the last drive. I
Didn't
think we
help.
had 2 false start penalties.
and
the
to
last
think,
drive.
like after all that, we were
We were
still,
still in it with a
only
chance.
6 inches away from
Yeah.
Yeah.
winning. Maybe even like 3.
Yeah.
Because it was almost a perfect throw and a perfect catch.
Yep.
And then we had some like bad calls, bad turnover calls, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was just like against Geyer. The refs in that game that was crazy, but
It's a mess.
can't leave it in the refs' hands either.
No,
No.
you can't.
Yeah.
And that's a very good philosophy to keep in mind. So you come back and he's like, okay, we've got to win out here
To win district.
to win district
Mm-hmm.
outright.
Right.
And Braswell's rolling in.
Braswell.
Another game which y'all put it to bed early.
Yeah, they didn't
I
want
don't
to
even
play.
remember that game very much.
Yeah, they were out,
They didn't want to play.
and you don't remember that game?
I
Yeah,
know.
compared to last year.
It's a blur.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, last year was a little.
but it,
Last year, you had that.
Wasn't that the high school?
Last year I did have
Yeah,
that.
he
I
had that long touchdown run,
15
catch and run
touchdown.
last year.
Coop, you had
I
4
might-
for 59.
Yeah, I
in
had
this
4.
game.
That was all in the first half.
When you run a
Awesome.
4.3, man.
Yeah, I had a high. I had a
340.
Heisman. My Heisman moment was against Braswell last
Yeah, that
year.
was crazy. That was in Denton.
Yep.
Cheetah.
That was a racetrack game, man.
That was.
Back and forth, back and forth,
Yeah,
back
I
and
just
forth.
I own that. I own that Denton Stadium.
They
Two
just put
touchdowns in that stadium.
2 touchdowns in 2 games.
So maybe you need to go to school somewhere that plays in Denton.
It's the house that I call it the house that Jacob built.
Oh, dude.
Hey,
Okay.
you gotta have confidence.
Hey,
Have
you
the
love it.
confidence.
So, win that game, you win district, you get a home game for the first playoff game, and Hebron rolls in.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a great first.
And
play.
is there a bigger trash talker
I
in this
hate
world
Hebron so
than
much.
Dakota Bridges?
So we've actually had.
We have a lot of history with Hebron.
So we had a little middle school 7-on-17.
I know we were in high school at this point. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, high school.
Yeah.
High school 7-on-17. Not run by the coaches, but it's all
What?
it's all the young. It's all our class.
Yep.
Yeah.
So everyone who's going like Jalen, all
Mhm.
Mark Hill's on the team.
We're in
Uh,
Gainesville. I'm pretty sure.
It was all the guys you'd expect to be on the team were on the team. We play Hebron. We're in Gainesville, and we go we're playing them.
Championship game.
Championship game with 7
It's back and forth.
like double overtime, triple overtime.
Is this one of the state qualifying or just a?
No, it's
Yeah,
just like
they're
a
all
game.
state qualifying. So
Yeah, it's
we
all
already
state
qualified
National
though.
team, Yeah.
So we actually they win, and then a huge fight breaks out.
Their quarterback Bunif.
Their quarterback rushed one of our parents, and the parents starts talking back, and the coach runs
The
over.
coach runs
And
over.
this parent is huge, this guy's giant. Picks
Yeah.
up the coach, literally picks up the coach.
Picks up
and,
the coach by the right here. Just picks him up.
Picks up. Okay.
And the
That-
play, now the
Hebron
players are going
coach.
at it, and police are called, and so there was a lot of that. And then we saw him again in College Station.
We were not involved in that, thank you very much.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, no.
Then we saw him again in College Station.
And that was last year, not this year.
That was 2 years ago.
This was like sophomore, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was sophomore year. So 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago.
about
I don't
2-3
know.
years ago.
Yeah.
It's on.
We saw him at College
Yeah.
Station.
Back when I used to play football.
Guess what?
Back in the day, right?
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah,
when I played
high school ball.
He said, back when I played football.
It's all blurry now.
So then we saw him at College Station. They start chirping at this, chirping at us. The same dad too. It's like
Right.
the dad says something back, and there's not a fight, but it's like, come on, guys,
There's tension.
Just stop.
leave us
Yeah.
alone. We're trying to
So then, sophomore, we're going into football season.
JV.
JV, we scrimmage them. They get past the left tackle. Thomas
Af-
Landry's starting at JV
After the ball's
quarterback.
thrown already.
Low ball's thrown, D lineman goes low, tears Thomas Landry's ACL, breaks his femur.
Yep.
And that's dang, this is Hebron.
It's Hebron again.
And it's
And freshman year, I think it was freshman year. We scrimmaged Hebron for the freshman team. We scrimmaged Hebron in Hebron, and there was a fight there too.
yeah, so it's just all a lot.
It's
of
every
bad
time we
history.
play them, it's fights. It's
A lot of bad history with Hebron.
It's
And
kinda
we
like
know the
the old
guys
days
and they
with
know
Wiley.
us. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Wiley used to be that for us in their
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
so we knew playing them. We scrimmaged them this year too.
Yep.
yeah.
And I
And
don't
number
like 'em.
17.
Oh, he was getting.
Oh, him and
Feisty.
Steven will get into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And he got, and I can't remember. I think it
he
was
got his
Malachi.
comeuppance.
Was it Malachi that lit
It was
him up?
Junior.
Someone lit him up.
Junior.
There's one
Junior
play.
lit him
It
up.
was junior
Yeah.
that,
I don't know. I might be able to find it real quick.
In the
where he
scrimmage.
dropped the ball.
Yeah, he got
we
drilled.
We play Hebron.
Oh yeah, that was in the scrimmage. Yeah.
Yeah, in the
Junior.
scrimmage.
It was junior.
Was it
Yeah.
junior guy?
Killed him.
We play
Yeah.
Hebron. We score a touchdown, and I'm blocking this guy, and all I do is I just start yelling in his face like, touchdown! I'm just because he was saying something. I'm literally just. You can see in the video. I'm.
Brasher's not listening to him.
No, I don't
Well,
even
and,
know
their, and their coach to us has always been one of the biggest clowns
Oh yeah.
in football. And people love him, and he was the head of the coaches association. But he's such a clown on the sideline. I swear he's going to stroke out one day.
Yeah, he was livid on. I think it was that the game where they had Jordan held up. They call it because he
Yeah, they had him held up, and the whistle blew, and
the
they
whistle
pulled it
blew,
out.
yeah.
And
He
he
was
was going
livid.
nuts. And you're like, dude, back it down about 1,000 octaves.
Yeah.
Before you hurt yourself over there.
But he's got a nice South Beach tan, though.
He's a meathead though. Meathead.
But again, another game in which y'all take care of business real quick.
So there's just a little extra at the end. I'm at the top right there.
Is he sharing family movies?
Like
Yeah.
it's just like
Film.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I saw it.
I was just so fired up. I was one of the.
But it's
I was
a
just going
game
out.
in which really isn't close. Y'all,
Right.
you do your thing. It's over pretty much at halftime. Turner goes off again he has another 200-yard game, but it's only on 11 carries.
Yeah.
Averaging 20 yards a carry.
Right. Those running backs, man. I told them we got the best running back group in the country.
It's pretty darn good.
And Sibley coming up too.
Yeah,
The
sophomore,
running
junior,
back is in
sophomore,
great.
junior, senior.
Running back's in
Oh, it's
great
great.
hands
I
next
didn't know
year.
it was
We lost Jalen.
even get that
That's a big loss,
Yeah.
but
I remember that.
you got
That was-
Devin and
But
Kavion.
you don't care. You're not going to be here, right?
Kavion, It's like the fastest person I've ever seen.
He is pretty fast.
So he's
Sibley.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, one of the fastest
Man.
people on the team.
So that's round one. Round two, we get to go out to Globe Life, which y'all love and we hate, and that's fine. But
Yeah. Lake Highlands.
that game starts out, we're just like, here we go again with which Allen team is showing up.
In the first half, it was.
Well, and who's
not
getting the breaks, too? I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
things can go against you, and it's nothing you're doing.
yeah, you're down 24-14
we had
at
a lot
half.
of penalties in the first quarter.
It's not feeling good. The sideline is dead.
Yeah, dead.
That was a
Well,
big problem.
and, the part of that too, and I'm going to say this, and I don't know how much the crowd affects y'all. I really don't, but the
The
configuration in there.
Oh,
Lake
yeah.
Highlands had their fans
did
right on the
isolate us.
sideline.
Yeah, I felt like
Allen is spread all.
We
we
tur-
sat on the Lake Highlands
yeah,
side.
but we turn around and we have to. There's nobody behind us.
Yeah, you're 50 yards to the nearest
Yeah.
stands. There's nobody
That was
there.
kinda weird.
Bands in the far end zone.
Yeah,
We're not around. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just there's no one there to really be together to help you guys out when
It's
things aren't
seeming
going
very,
well.
very dire.
Yeah.
And so we had the whole JV there,
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Right.
and they're
They're
dead quiet. So
dead
we go into
quiet.
halftime. First thing I do is before we talk, like before anything happens, I go to the JV. I'm like, guys, I need y'all's help. Like we gotta just get some noise.
Yep.
Like, do something. Like just get some noise going. Like y'all are over here. Y'all got to travel with us. Help us out a little bit. Do something for us.
That's
And-
what you can do as a teammate.
Yeah, and they come out in halftime and like
fired up.
They're fired up, and there's so much noise coming from the sideline. There's a lot of energy coming from the sideline. It was great, and I was very proud of them for that because that changed the game. You could see the momentum switch where our sideline was juiced up, and
Right.
you look across the field, and Lake Highlands is not moving at all.
Yep.
And that's what ours looked like in the first half.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was awful. You're like thinking, oh, Lake Highlands, and I know
Right.
they had one loss on the year. They were a good team. Again, a district
the district now.
It was a team
not
we
so
should
good.
beat.
Team you should beat, and a team that you shouldn't be down to,
Right.
and look as bad as you did. I'm going to say that,
And that-
bluntly.
that halftime was a big team moment.
Yeah, I was.
Like we found out who really wanted to win, and we found out the team would do what it has to do to win because everyone stepped up. And like after that, I felt like we could get over pretty much any. That was a big testament to how we respond to adversity.
Mm.
I was very proud of our team there from doing that because it wasn't the coaches who got us fired up after that. That was all of the team.
That was all player led.
Which really, honestly, is what it should be.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how. That's
I'd rather
the
have
best teams.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
personal accountability. You as captains,
Right.
leading the rest of the guys, saying, "Let's go,
Exactly. Like it was quiet when we got in there, so
do your job,
got to manufacture some energy in there, and we did it.
do your job."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I said the most. The most thing I said, like when we were losing both to Lake Highland, South Lake, just play football.
Yeah,
All you gotta do is play football. We're football players. This is what we do. Play football.
and you know how to do it. You know how to do it well.
Right. You're here for a reason.
Get her done. And then what I'm going to call my favorite game of the year, and I don't. Again, we've been around Allen a long time. There's two teams I despise. I mean, really, I
Oh,
just
man.
despise. Trinity's one of them. South Lake's
Lake,
the other.
So
And especially after what happened last year with Trinity
Yeah.
and all the hoopla about, this was Ollie's breakout game, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
He gets his offer.
All
and
the
this
offers.
stuff. And
now listen, we're walking out to Captain. Like Captain, we're meeting up with them. You can see in the pictures. Like the only thing I could think like in my head is, like, I hate Trinity.
Yeah, that's.
Like I was literally, I was
We did.
glaring in the pictures like at the Captain's Ball. I was so pissed off at Trinity just for being there.
They did the haka. Like we were waiting out the tunnel, and they did the haka right in front of us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then it was like everyone yelling at each other from there, and I was like, "It's gonna be a good game."
Game on.
I,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
I,
ready.
I
And,
couldn't
like,
wait to play.
Coach Branscombe did something amazing with that defense.
Yeah.
And we praised him
Yeah.
in our podcast about it because that is the one when you looked at the year before.
Right.
Again, playing Trinity to us, and again, we're casual observers here, is not that hard.
Right.
You
Oh, yeah,
stop their
the
run
run,
game,
dude.
you're going to beat them because they cannot
They
throw the
can't
ball.
throw.
They've never. It's been a long time, probably since 08,
Yeah.
that they've had a quarterback decent enough
Yeah.
to have a passing game of any. I guess maybe later than that too when what's his name was it Brandon.
Brandon Carter.
Brandon Carter.
Carter was
yeah.
there. They had a pretty good passing.
That was like 10, 11.
10-11.
Well, but even then, their passing game was catching you off guard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, because they
Tight end
run 10
sneaking
plays
through.
and then they have
Right.
a
Yeah,
tight
But
end.
the
that
speedy
but that those
quarterback
tight
rolls
ends-
out,
Yeah.
and the corner comes up, sneaks up, and he throws a pass.
And so you know what you have to do.
Right.
Yeah.
The question is, can you do it? And can you design it enough? Because we're all being open kimono here. You know, the defense this year was okay. It had
Right.
its moments.
There's some times where they play it out of the
And then
box.
had your moments that you're like,
And
It
they're
was
You
like,
can't
Jekyll. It was
stop
Jekyll and
anybody.
Hyde.
same with
right?
offense.
yeah.
Same with offense.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, which Allen defense is going to show up? Because we saw that one last year, and it
Yeah.
was not good against this.
He didn't
And
get off the bus.
Yeah, and it put a lot of pressure on the offense to be almost perfect.
Perfect, and we
Yeah.
were not.
And so, what you're like, okay, and that game starts.
That was a game where like the crowd.
That
I could
was-
feel the
Were
crowd.
we into it?
Yeah,
That was the
I could feel the
best-
crowd.
That was
We
the
were
best
into it.
environment I've ever
Yeah.
played in.
Yeah.
Well,
Because like
especially
after
with
we got the
rain.
first 4th down stop,
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're 4th and 1 or 4th and 3, and we stop them,
Yeah.
and then the crowd was just going. Like it was something I never felt playing.
I didn't play very well. That wasn't my best game. I didn't play bad, but that wasn't my best games. But like I was just so happy for the way my team, the team played though.
Well, and it makes it again. Excuse me. This is a situation too where the offense does enough to
Yeah.
put pressure on Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't run the ball forever.
You can't, especially if
You
you're
can't run the
trailing.
ball
You know, especially if you're trading scores and you're already down by 14.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, we can't be, giving you one, us getting one, in that type of offense. And so you put that pressure on them, and then to be able to stop Gordon as many times as you stop, and to watch his frustration level.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
built
he
up
broke,
throughout
he
the
broke
game.
down.
I love seeing
He
Yeah.
broke down.
Wasn't that
I
awesome?
love
It was
mentally, I love
beautiful.
mentally breaking down.
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And he was. And I don't
It
care what
reveals
anybody's-
true character,
Yeah.
doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
He
After a kickoff is when we got a second penalty. On
Yeah.
him.
yeah.
You know, sideline doing their job once again.
He's slinging people out of bounds, and
Yeah,
he's
Junior.
yakking the whole game, and he's
Yeah.
getting stopped on 4th down. He's throwing his helmet. He's throwing the ball.
Just the
Every
energy
play-
from the defense
every play
after
was
they
limping
stop
off.
them. Like Diego
Yeah.
just running
Limping
30
off, but
yards
coming
around
back
the
next
field.
play.
I love
Yeah,
seeing that.
I think he got injured on
Oh, he,
the,
like, his
in
back,
the
like-
previous game.
Oh, his
But,
previous game.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, but he got
He had a little
spun up pretty
granulation
good.
going
He got
on there.
And there was
one
one where he
time
got whacked.
Where
I
like
don't
his
think-
back
yeah.
bent back.
Man.
Yeah. And
Isn't that
that's
awesome?
fine.
Yeah.
But it's fun for us to stand or sit there and look and go, they've broken that team.
Yeah.
That team's got nothing left.
I
Yeah.
love
There was-
other teams.
End of the game, number 6 on the defense linebacker.
Mhm.
He got a late hit on Jalen, I'm pretty sure, and they were so happy on the
It's
defense.
like they'd won the game.
Yeah, they were so happy. They were high fiving each other.
Like,
Scoreboard.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
I
and that's
said.
what they do.
yeah, that's true.
Well, that's what they did last year. Is
Yeah.
they're all coming out like flexing midfield.
Yeah.
There was no handshaking
cheese mode.
last year,
machismo,
and they're all
very
like
machismo.
pointing at the scoreboard and hey, bye,
Yeah.
waving to you. Yeah.
But that was my best game of the year as far
Yeah.
as just purely
Number,
enjoying
number
it.
4
Yeah.
Yeah.
started crying on the field.
Yeah, I told him.
Well,
I
number
told-
4. Yeah, what was up with number 4?
He said something, man. Like, bro, you're going home crying tonight.
Yeah.
So,
It was after
that's what I said.
one
to
of the
him.
films.
And like he stopped talking after. Like, he
Did your mom know you talk to these guys like that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking because she's going to
So
listen.
actually,
she's
just
going to
like
listen to
Highland-
this.
As
so-
long as
Like
she
Highland.
does, as long as he doesn't talk to her like that.
Yeah.
Lake Highland. There's the last offensive play of the game.
Oh, you can see he kills the guy.
We score a touchdown. You know how I pull across the field sometimes.
Yeah.
I wrap the corner. I just see a cornerback standing there. I just hit him and like I knock him on his butt. And I whack him on. He's on the ground. I stand over him. This is probably the last play of high school football this guy ever played in his career.
And you destroyed
I
him.
look over him. I
Killed him
say,
and said,
"You're going home."
It's all about the memories.
that's how he's gonna remember at high school football.
You're going home, and I'm
about the
sending you
numbers.
there. That's funny. God, Jacob, I never knew you were so violent out there.
Jeez.
But like after the game, we're going to walk the stadium, and they're just cussing us out. All their fans are just cussing us out.
Oh, Trinity?
Yeah.
Just smile. Just smile.
They always smile
Offer him a
when
high
they're
five.
Yeah,
Yeah, I always put my hand up 5-5s. They were
Yeah.
flipping me off.
that's Trinity.
I love
See,
it.
and they're just classless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything
very
about him.
classless.
James, remember over at HEB?
Oh yeah.
Even our guys would get tackled, and as they're getting up, they get their face mask and shove their head
Yeah.
sideways. You know, so I mean, they just do all of this ticky tack crappy crap.
Right.
And that's why I hate it. I mean, just
Crappy crap.
when y'all
Love
win,
Hey.
and we know we're playing Trinity next
Kinda
week,
rhymes.
I just get this nasty feeling like, oh crap.
No, there's a
Trinity
mentality
again.
that we were gonna bring it to him.
Oh yeah, we
Because
knew
we
it.
hate him. So like first play of the game, or not first, second or third play of the game, we run a little outside toss. And like I had number 6, who's like their defensive player. Like that's their guy. He's going to Sam Houston. I drive him back, put him on his butt, and then next play, we run a different play outside. And you know Musa, our right tackle, he's pushing number 6, and I don't really have. There's a guy I could have gone to safety, but I see him pushing number 6. I'm like, all right, here we go. I tag on, and me and Musa drive him 30 yards and put him on his butt. And I'm like, I did that. I go inside like, Coach, you're going to give me a minus on this play because I got the wrong guy, but I just want to make him feel this game. He's like, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
The coach told us most physical team wins that game.
Yeah, that's what-
We
that's
definitely
what-
came
that was
out the
preached
most
the whole-
physical
the
team.
whole week.
The whole week it was most physical
And you
team.
certainly were.
Yeah, and look, from Todd Dodge, who was the coach at Southlake back in the day,
No, he's at Westlake.
UT quarterback, Riley Dodge. I mean, their whole philosophy, they had 10 principles of life and of football. And number 1 is kill your opponent's will to win.
Yeah.
Starts before the game ever starts, and that's part of what that struggle was.
Right.
That's you killed number 6 will to win. He
First
was
drive
out of his
the
game. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
first drive of the game.
And so then you roll into Apogee Stadium.
Yeah, whatever.
We're feeling good.
Yeah, I was
Like the night before, man, I was so fired up. Like I just wish we got to play Southlake that night. Like I probably went to sleep at 3. I literally watched I watched Rocky like that night just
There
to
you go.
watch Rocky. I was pumped up. I was like literally.
Cut me, Mick.
I was doing some crazy stuff like that night. I couldn't like I was punching my bed and stuff. I was just so excited to play Southlake. The whole week I've been saying I hate dragons. I hate dragons.
Yeah.
Every time I say I hate dragons. I felt good. I felt good about that game.
Yeah.
And then we get out there.
First play of the game.
First play of the game, I'm like, all right.
That was easy.
I go to the sideline.
Yeah.
Hey, this is exactly what happened last time we were in Denton.
Yep.
Because it was.
I leaned over and told that to Alan. Remember when we were here before playing Geyer? A guy named Kyler Murray went right around the right side. And same exact result.
I'm fired up.
And then things just went south.
Like
you
we
know?
get a stop. Like
You
we
got
get
2 stops.
yeah.
Yeah.
We got
But the
what we needed,
offense-
and then the offense
Yeah.
sputters.
I dove for a ball, went through my hands, and they pick 6 it. I was
Yeah,
like,
he did. Did you actually
Yeah.
tip that?
I did.
Tipped it.
It was a low ball.
Yeah,
so
it was low.
I distinctly dive for it, and
Yep.
it just
Yeah.
like tips back up in the air.
Yep.
And that's one of those fluke plays.
It's just
that-
something that
Yeah, I
happened.
felt terrible after that.
How does that happen?
Did you make him feel bad?
No.
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 Not at all.
It's only 3 o'clock. You can do it today.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
do it
you have
now.
plenty of
If-
time.
If some
No,
things
we-
you
I
want to
heard it
say,
after the game.
I literally
heard
told
that.
Coop like, hey, man, we're good. It's not your fault. We're all right.
No.
Yeah, you can't. I mean,
I was just kidding.
little plays, single plays like that, you can't
Yeah.
take
It's a
away the
fluke.
world.
It's like,
on your
okay, it
shoulders.
happened.
But
We
even
gotta
then,
make up for it.
it's 14-7. We get the ball back.
Yeah.
Try to go down and score. I don't remember exactly what happens the next series. is,
nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
I don't even know. Like it.
One of the guys, punter drops
Just
the ball.
nothing's happening.
Yep.
Punter drops the ball.
Even though we had
Like
one.
kill our punter, we get another chance, and we go 3 more plays. And
It's just-
punting again.
It's a series of you look up, you're up 7-0, and you look up, and you're down 34-7, and you're like, what
Yeah,
just
that was-
happened?
Yeah.
34-14 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did get a touchdown.
Yeah,
like
he-
four
Yeah, I got a
guys.
touchdown, but who cares?
We did. We're like,
Yeah, we
okay,
did.
little
Well, I mean, it was a
momentum.
moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was good.
Going
for
into the
moment.
halftime score.
Going to halftime, like
Yeah.
We scored, okay.
It's like with Kyler,
I'm-
we've learned
No.
never give up on a team.
Well,
never
because you
give
do.
up.
You come out after half.
'Cause we're only
you
down
stop
20.
them.
no, I'm in. Big thing is halftime. Like we're still thinking like we can win this game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
it was-
because
that's
I
high.
mean I thought that I was pouring my heart out in that locker room, trying to like get them going. And I mean I feel like the will was there. It's not like we quit. We didn't quit. at
Because we
all.
came out after halftime. I'm pretty sure we got the ball.
No,
Oh,
they
no,
got the
they
ball.
got
you
the ball.
stopped
We
them.
stop 'em.
Yep. And then you get
Like,
it.
here we go. We got to.
We're driving.
Got to
Then-
drive and score. Yeah.
We're driving. I don't remember what happens. But
You were the
probably
best
punt.
team between the 30s on that game. 30
Yeah.
to 30, you could
Yeah.
go. And when you got down there, it just things just went south.
But we stopped them like 2 or 3 times.
Yep.
But we didn't put anything up.
So we
'Cause if we
Right.
would have scored in the
me
third,
and Coop have
we would have been
known
up one.
the Southlake quarterback for a long time.
Yeah.
Before Quinn, like the Caden, we've known Caden.
Yep.
Before he
So we
tore his
knew-
ACL.
Yeah, we've
Sophomore
known him
year.
for years. He trains with Kevin,
Okay.
so like we knew him, and he's a really nice guy, really nice kid.
But
But he's
They
not.
don't like him then. Obviously.
He's not necessarily one of those quarterbacks that does well when he's under pressure.
That's what they said. We got to get him off his spot.
Yeah.
Like he'll make the throws when he has his pocket. He
Mm-hmm.
has a great arm. Like I said when Quinn got hurt, or when Quinn went to Ohio State, and I was
Yeah,
at
they'll be
UT.
fine.
Welcome.
Oh, but like I was like, they're not losing much because they still got Caden back there. I mean,
Yeah.
he's still going to be able to lead their team pretty well.
I didn't have anything to throw at you. I was trying to find something to
I
throw.
saw you looking.
I was like,
Well, and so the play after halftime is we missed the field goal.
Oh yeah. Why?
Can't have that.
there's just a lot of things, you know,
Stuff.
and you hate it. We hate it. I know we hate it because, you know, this is what we do as a group. You know, we love all things Allen, and so when
Right.
it ends, we're like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Okay.
And so
Basketball.
you guys
We
as
love
seniors,
basketball, but not that
I'm
much.
doing everything I can to make sure that's not my last game of high school
Yeah.
football.
There you go.
and it ends up being that way, and you're
Yeah.
like, the realization for you two guys is, guess what? Life's fixing to start. You know,
Yeah.
high school.
I'm
Yeah.
like this might be the last play of football. Or that, like I
Yeah.
come off the field after we scored that touchdown on Mike, and I'm like, all right, that might have been the last play of football I ever played in my life.
Yep.
And that's when it hit me. That's like, all right, this
I
sucks.
wish
That's
J.
gotta
Rob would
be
have got
really
in
hard.
there.
Yeah.
End zone.
Yeah, it was J. Rob. J. Rob still heard about that.
It's a YAC boy. What do
He's
you
a YAC
expect,
boy.
you know? But
Yeah,
it's
YAC boys will be YAC boys.
Yeah.
you know, for a team that was
Yak
going
do
through a
what
lot of
Yak do.
transition, you know,
Maybe it's the fourth
I
time.
know
playoff.
you doesn't make it feel any better, but you know,
Yeah.
a lot of new parts this year, both in the coaching staff and in the team.
Yeah.
You know,
And also, like, I've never seen a team, or more specifically a position group, come together like the
Oh, the
receivers.
receivers is probably the tightest it's ever been in years.
Because it
now.
wasn't like led by a star. Like, you know, there's Jordan, but like Jordan
Mm-hmm.
would still hang out with us and stuff. Jordan was a star receiver, but like it wasn't like he separated himself from the group.
He's one of the guys.
Yeah, he's
Right.
one of the guys. Yeah.
And then we relied more on also the blue collar guys like me, Coop, and J. Rob, and Steven. We're not highly recruited, highly touted
Yeah.
people.
Yep.
But we play football like Allen Eagles, right?
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
go to work and we do our job
you know,
the best we can.
give me 1,000 blue collar guys that
Right.
grind and work hard, and
And we took a lot of pride in that.
Yeah, we did.
You should.
And like J. Rob wouldn't hang out with anybody before the season. Then
Now you hang out
I
with
hang
him
out with
every
us all
day.
every weekend.
Cool.
It's awesome. It's
Yeah.
great to see.
Yeah. You know, and y'all have the, you know, y'all will have what you've had for the last years together for the
Right.
rest of your lives.
Right.
Yeah.
And let me encourage you, you're going to go your separate ways. College is going to go.
You'll meet up. You'll stay friends.
Stay
Social
friends,
media
stay
is
in
what it
touch.
is.
Yeah.
Gaming
Yeah.
is what it is.
It's a lot easier now than it was when we were growing up
Oh,
to stay
yeah.
in touch. But do that, you know, because, you know, these were your best friends, some of the best times of your lives.
Yeah, and the coach.
Like we've already said, we're invited to your weddings. So
Of course.
Yeah,
you-
of course.
and the
we-
coaches,
the golf
invite
cart is
ourselves
going to
to
be
your
the
We
wedding.
won't cause any trouble at all.
specifically Coach Sauls, like emphasized, this is like a time you always remember,
You will.
and like
Yeah.
don't have any regrets.
I mean,
That's right.
They came over. Let's say we watched the first football game in 11, and we've been telling stories about players from years gone by
Right.
to these two
Yeah.
because we remember it. You know, we're not part of it down in there with you, but we remember it. You know, and we'll remember you guys. You know, and the things that happened in this season, like 10 years from now.
Rough.
Remember back in 2001 when we played Trinity? You know,
God.
we'll remember that. You know,
So like when Coach said that, like I made a big deal, like
Yeah.
to take every moment of this season. Like, I remember like we what I liked was the seniors last year, spending time with them. Like I was heartbroken when they were gone.
Yeah, I love to see
The next day that they like when we lost Trinity, and then we had that little week where we cleaned our lockers. But when we started lifting,
Yep.
and the seniors
they
weren't
weren't
there,
Yeah.
I was like I was lost.
That
Yeah.
hurts.
Cause I like where's the people I used to talk to?
Yep.
That's
like
a
me
weird
and-
feeling.
Me and
That is
McKay,
very
I don't know if you
weird
remember Carson McKay, number
Mhm.
32.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just I'd come into the facility and like we just talk crap to each other.
Yep.
I come in, he's not there that one time. I talk crap to Wes Wilson.
Well, you can
the
call us.
sophomore.
We'll talk crap to you.
That's a
Sophomore, and
a
like
loss,
he's
man.
like I say something. He's like, why'd you
This
say?
is the
He's like,
BS podcast.
he's like, why'd you say that? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't mean it. I was
We're
just
just-
messing around.
Yeah.
We're just messing
I was
around.
like, dang, I miss Carson.
Yeah.
So over the summer, you know, Mike and Q, Quentin,
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
Quentin. We spent a lot of time with them.
A lot of time with them.
And like
every
we
day.
took them everywhere because they didn't have cars or nothing. So we're playing basketball. Then we're taking our house, playing pool basketball
Mhm.
and basketball, going to PC. And actually every Monday after PC, a group of us, like Science Shuva, Greg Hawkins.
We'd all go to.
All of us would go to the Allen Cafe.
Yeah.
And we'd eat breakfast on
Yeah,
Monday.
eat breakfast on
And like
Mondays.
we went there so much every Monday. We had the same waitress every time, Missy.
Okay.
And,
we don't miss
Shout out to her.
Yeah. And we
She's a firecracker, ain't she?
Yeah,
And,
remember
you
our
ask her for
orders?
the Jacob special, she'll know exactly what to get you. two chocolate chip pancakes, scrambled eggs, and
Oh,
double
my
bacon.
The carb loading special.
And like
Awesome.
we go there so much that
Yeah,
she'd
that's
bring us
cool.
our food without even having to. We'd have to say what we wanted.
There you go.
So it was stuff like that made this season so great for us.
Yeah. And it was, again, Alan missed a lot of it. That poor guy was sick, and so he
Yeah.
was doing old coach stuff.
We're so glad. Let me tell you what, guys. We're so glad to have him back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
just-
Thanks, James.
Yeah, because
we were scared.
just like you guys,
That's your guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
2012. You can see that's when all this started. And we're this is 10 years we've been doing this, and you look up and one of your guys is there and he can't be there. It's not like
Yeah.
he's working or whatever. He just can't be there.
And you can't just go up to the hospital and see him.
Yeah.
There's COVID
With all the
shit.
restrictions.
Yeah.
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 So it was. We'll remember this season for a lot of different reasons
Right.
too. But
Yeah.
And we didn't have the result we wanted,
sure.
but like I don't have any regrets on the season.
Yeah.
Personally.
Well, that goes to show you really how rare state championships are.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
So if you can get back to back, I mean, that's incredible.
for what happened, we still had a successful season.
Oh, absolutely.
No one would have thought that after we lost to Prosper and Atascocita, 2 regular season wins, that we go farther than any team had in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're
Not
going
a
in-
long time, but a while.
Or
going
going
into
into
the
the
season,
season.
some of the commentators
Right.
had Morris leaving when he hadn't even gotten here yet.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are nuts.
It's again. There were a lot of unknowns
Uh-huh.
going into this thing. For everybody. You guys, you're dealing with a whole new staff. Fans are dealing with a whole new staff.
Trying to find the team's
And
identity.
half the fans are mad
exactly.
because it's not the old staff, and it's just
Right,
you're
right.
like,
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how many of the players are mad it wasn't the old staff either.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah, a lot of people.
Or
were
just
like,
hold a
I'm
grudge. Don't maybe say anything, but
But yeah.
but yeah, you got to
not buying in, not fully trusting.
So the season ends, and as I said, life's fixing to begin. So your plan is
I just probably go to Oklahoma.
OU
Student.
and major in.
I'm not sure. Yeah, finance is what I applied for.
All right,
Okay.
Finance. Yeah.
business guy.
Yeah. Business is what I wanted to
business
do.
guy.
Yeah.
What do you think, business or entrepreneur? Do you feel entrepreneurial?
Well, I do feel kind of entrepreneur.
Yeah?
Yes, I took entrepreneurship last year actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
He's gonna open his own snow cone
Remember-
stand.
I have my own snow cone
40 of
stand.
them.
Yeah.
40 of them. Yeah, that's the way you do it.
Or a banana split stand
There
on
you-
the boardwalk. Yeah.
I love banana splits.
See, we're
That's why I
talking,
get- that's
we're,
why I get
talking
Brahms.
we're talking food, man. That's all we do. So,
Hey, the money's in the
well,
banana stand.
cool. Go up there and
Yeah.
keep an eye on Theo. And Theo coming
Yeah,
back.
he's
now,
coming
I guess
back.
you saw.
Yep, coming back.
He it's weird
Exited
'cause
back
he-
out of the portal.
When he committed the first time, he decommitted.
Yeah.
Now and then he recommitted back. Now he went into the transfer portal, withdraw his name. So
Poor Theo. He's so
Yeah.
confused.
Well, he just needs to get healthy. He needs to get
yeah,
and stay
he
healthy.
hurt his foot.
Yeah.
So he'll be back. So yeah, have fun up there in Norman. My wife's from Oklahoma, so
Yeah.
Try to.
Yeah. OU fan versus UT fan.
yeah, we had
It's-
fun in my house.
It's a
so.
split household.
And you're going down to my other nemesis.
Yeah, A&M, major in business.
All right.
Okay.
What do you
And
want to do
then-
with your life?
Go to business and then go to law after. And I'm going to try to
Okay.
be a corporate lawyer.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, we need a lawyer for this group. That'd be perfect. A lawyer.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Okay.
that's my goal. That's
Yeah.
the goal.
Well, I know a bunch of attorneys in
Good,
town, so
go get
let us
it.
know.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
If you need
Well,
to
we'll be-
intern or anything
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
if you decide to walk on,
Yeah, that's also, that's what we're
kick some ass.
figuring
Yeah.
out right now, no doubt.
Tell Jimbo, a guy that's a big fan of Florida State. See how he does with that. That may or may not be good. I don't know.
Yeah.
They kind of went
Won a
out on bad
championship
terms. So.
You'll always have something with them.
Yeah,
Walk softly and carry a big stick.
exactly. Well,
That's it.
guys, we appreciate you stopping by,
No doubt.
It was a blast.
and
Me and Cooper.
you're
talked-
welcome anytime. Anytime you want
Yeah.
to sit in.
Yeah.
Anytime you're back in town, when you're on a break,
Just want
whatever.
to watch some football sometime.
Yeah.
Hey.
We've been talking about doing this since.
Yeah,
It's
we were
here.
talking about this before y'all even considered it. We're like, bro, I want to get on that podcast.
And,
Well,
Oh, and we have
again,
a blast. College game day. Usually we're sitting here watching college
college game days
before
on,
our
'cause
podcast.
we do it Saturday
Yeah,
mornings.
yeah, I mean, that's,
And we see, because here's our typical Saturday. 7:30 breakfast at Allen Cafe.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And then we come back here, do the podcast, and then sometimes we stay and watch ball, and other times
You
everybody
should ask Missy for the Jacob special.
We may do that. See what she said. She may tell us things about you that
bowl
you
of
want us to
prunes?
know.
She'll tell us that we're trying. Our goal is to get our picture.
Get
on
a
the wall.
picture on the wall. 'Cause we see
Oh.
Kyla's picture in there.
We're gonna
We're trying to
replace.
get-
We're gonna
replace it.
replace
Well,
one of the pictures without her.
Before
knowing.
you leave, now I
Because
can't
we have a
decide.
picture with her of all of us.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. We need to get you to sign a helmet.
No doubt for sure.
And I'm not sure if we need to sign this helmet or leave this virgin and sign one of these other ones. Do you have a silver Sharpie? But
Yeah, I do.
anyway,
It's in
we
the
need to
house. We'll get it.
memorialize
Oh, for
this
sure.
whole
You bet. We'll get a picture.
season and thing, and
It's right there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
you'll be in great company. Jalen Guyton, Coach Gamble, Coach G,
Stephen Terrell.
Stephen
Hell of a
Terrell,
helmet.
Matt Brown.
Coach Alford.
Yeah.
Coach Alford.
That's my
That's the
guy. I saw him about halfway through the season.
So
He's
how
still-
how'd
he's
he do it, Rowley? How'd they do?
How
I
did they
don't
do?
know. He still lives across the street from me, so like he lives in there. So I saw him. I stopped by when I saw him get out of his house, get into his
He's
house.
very healthy. He's
He invited me in.
He's built, man.
He invited me in and showed me all his weightlifting machines.
Oh, cool.
Perfect. There you go.
So he still stays on.
Yeah, he's
huh?
so
Awesome guy.
Yeah.
I love Coach Alford.
Well, again, we appreciate you coming by and hanging out with us. We're Duncanville and North Shore's fixing to start. We'll crank that up here and we'll watch that. But best of success. And hey, there's no reason we can't come back out here in a couple of weeks and get J Rob and whoever else you want to come out.
J-Rob would love to do it.
We'll talk whatever, man.
Gorski.
Gorski. I saw Gorski last night. And Steven, continued success as you heal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He
He is looking good.
tore his ACL
Surgery
in
after the
South
first of the
Lake,
year.
and he's going to have surgery. I think he said the
January
15th,
14th, 15th,
14th,
something like
15th.
that.
We'll be praying for him.
Yeah,
for sure.
Heal quick, buddy, because you got a whole other year to come back and
Oh,
do
yeah.
this. So, until next time, guys, it's over and we are out.